Hi, it's Andrea. Um, so I was thinking about what's the next thing I can do? Like, what's the next YouTube video I can do? And so I know I don't return to work until later in the next month, but I was like, maybe I should do like a 10-day challenge or something for myself. So I'm thinking about what all I want to do every day for the next 10 days. So far, I have two things right now. I need to wake up and I need to read the Bible, um, 2 chapters a day, because the Bible, I feel that it is so rich in certain stories that you really have to give yourself time to reflect on that story before you just move on. So that's one. Number two is I need to walk a mile every day. So, those are the two things I have so far. Oh, yeah. I need to journal every day. Sorry for the sticky note. But I use the sticky notes in the Bible so that, like, when I'm reading a story, I can say what happened to myself so I know. So, I use sticky notes in the Bible. So, I haven't really been as hard on myself like I should be. So, that's why I'm like, I need to do like 2 to 3 chapters a day. So far, let's say 2 to 3 chapters a day for the next 10 days. Number two, I need to walk a mile every day for the next 10 days. And the reason why I say a mile is because I don't exercise at all. So I don't need to try to do too much at this point. I don't want to do too much to where I over challenge myself or feel that I can't succeed this goal. Number three, journal every day for the next 10 days. Yeah, so today's day two, and I did my mile. Well, I did a little over a mile. I'll tell you what I did because I have my phone on me. I don't know if you can see me. So, heart. So this is what I did. Hopefully it focuses. I don't even know if that's a word, but focus. I will say this. I'm on the story of Jacob and him stealing his brother's blessing, and then his mother telling him to go to I don't know the city, but the city where her brother is, so that he can find a wife. And then his next thing you know, his daddy instructs him to go to that same city to find a wife. And then I'm on that story, and he not only did he get married, but he married twice, two sisters. He married two sisters, and I think that story really does symbolize a lot because Leah, which is his first wife, she had 4 kids, four boys, thinking that he would love her or show her more attention because she had children versus his second wife. Like she was just trying to get his attention. And from what I learned from that was, where's Sander? Sander. What I learned from that was just because you have someone's child doesn't mean that they're going to give you attention or that they're going to love you more or less or anything. Because he loved Rachel regardless of how many kids he had with Leah, which is Rachel's sister. So that's what I've learned today. Okay, so today I read Genesis 30 through 33. I walked my mile today. What else? I prayed. I stopped and prayed. I went to the park and I had a good stopping point. I prayed and talked to God there. Today my journal entry will be about prayer. Yesterday it was God's grace. I pretty much did everything on my to-do list. That's another thing I'm gonna try to do is make a to-do list of things to do every day. And I pretty much got everything done but one thing. I went for my walk. I read the Bible today. Today was Genesis, I want to say 34 through 37, or maybe 33 through 37. I know I stopped on 37 because I stopped at the part where Jacob loved one of his sons more, or something like that. I'll go inside in a minute to go to reference that Bible scripture. So yeah, and today's journal entry will be a father's love. So as I go through each chapter, I highlight and I make sticky notes because I want to know like what I'm reading. It makes sense to me. I can't really speak for anybody else. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. So Israel in 37 verse 3, he loved Joseph more than all of his children because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. So that's why I kind of stopped at. And it's so crazy because I had wrote a father's love like before I even sat down and started reading the Bible. I kind of just think about like what I want to journal for the day, and that a father's love just came up, and then all of a sudden I stopped at the part where he loved Joseph more. So it's about to get into a father's love. I just want to say that kind of goes together to me. So yeah, just to me. So today is day 5 of my 10-day challenge, and I am currently at the walkway. Sorry. This is Sander again. Sander! Look at him, you guys. Sander! There you go. Okay, so currently I am walking on this pathway, and this is my time that I spend praying and talking to God. I have like a little sitting spot down here. When I reach like the mile marker, they have markers on the ground or whatever. It's a very nice view of the park. Hi! So today is day 5, and me and Sandra has found a sitting spot that we can sit and talk. Sandra, do you want to say hey to the people? No, hey? So right now I am on Genesis 42. And Genesis 42, Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. Now this one is very interesting. It's very interesting. And Joseph is the son of Jacob, okay? And Jacob had 12 sons by different women. He had 2 wives, and then he had children by the servants of the wives. So anyway, Joseph is pretty much a godly spirit in a sense. Like he knows God. He talks. He has conversations with God, and he can tell people their dreams and what they mean in a godly way. And so, when Joseph was 17, I want to say in one of the chapters in the 30s, he was sold into slavery by his brothers for 20 pieces of silver. Anyway, sold into slavery. He goes this hard knock life or whatever. He goes to prison, all of that stuff. Joseph experienced a lot. So next thing you know, Joseph is doing good things in Egypt, growing crops, and all of a sudden everybody's going through a hardship. And Joseph in Egypt is the only place where you can get food. So Jacob, his dad, was like, 42 verse 1, when Jacob heard the grain was available in Egypt, he said to his sons, "Why are you standing around looking at one another? I have heard there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy enough grain to help keep us alive. Otherwise, we'll die." So that part when it says, "Why are you standing around looking at each other?" They're looking at each other because they sold their brother to slavery, and they knew that they sold him to someone in Egypt. They just didn't know where, where he was located or whatnot. So all they knew was that it was grain there and they needed to go get it. They didn't necessarily know who was planting it or who was the ruler over there or anything like that. So they were just scared or terrified in the sense that they have to go there to go get this grain and they might bump into their brother. Okay, so they get there. Joseph knows them, but they don't know who Joseph is. I know. And so they get there and Joseph gives them a test. And they're like, why is this man thinking that we're lying? Goes through all that. No, thinking that he said you are spies. That's what he called them. He said spies, and he's thinking they're lying about having, I want to say, 10 brothers here. He's like, you're lying, you're spies, blah, blah, blah. So he gives them a test. He says, go home and get your younger brother because Jacob didn't let Benjamin go. Benjamin didn't go with them to Egypt. And Benjamin is the full brother to Joseph because Joseph and Benjamin were the sons of Rachel, which Rachel is Jacob's wife that he loved, even though he had other wives and other people that But Joseph wanted to see his younger brother Benjamin, but Jacob wouldn't let him go to Egypt or whatever the first time they went. So I hope that makes sense. I know it kind of confuses me as I'm saying it because I'm still learning, but I have like a storyline in my head, and that's how I, go with the images or whatever. So today is day 8, and unfortunately I won't be able to walk today, I don't think. But I do have my Bible and my to-do list, and I will be accomplishing that today. And I will update you on where I am in the Bible. I want to say I'm at chapter 46. So it's 50 chapters in Genesis. So I definitely feel that by the end of this 10-day, I will finish Genesis. Like, I could finish today, but I'm just going to read 2 chapters because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And then you know how you overwhelm yourself and you like kind of don't really get the message of the Bible reading. So I like to get the message of things. So I did do my mile walk. I, however, have not read the Bible, which I'm about to do, and I have not journaled, which I'm about to do before I go to bed. I'm really excited that I can truly say I've committed 10 days to walking a mile every day, to writing in my journal every day, to reading the Bible every day, which I will be finished with Genesis come tonight. I will be finished with Genesis. So this is like a motivational 10-day challenge for quarantine. I do feel that COVID will, the pandemic, the numbers will rise again. But I know Tennessee is in last time I looked at the numbers, we was almost at 25,000. So I don't know, you gotta switch arms, my arm hurts. Okay, I didn't bring a tripod, so this is what I have to do. But I can say it's taught me a lot about discipline and staying committed to things. So, keeping my word, just for me, just for me. And it's just a good reflection upon self and how much self-discipline you have, So I would tell anybody to challenge themselves, push themselves, but push yourself to a limit where you know you can reach. Don't push yourself to a limit where you know you can't reach, This is definitely the end of my 10-day challenge, which included reading 2 chapters of the Bible every day, walking a mile every day, writing in my journal every day, and having a to-do list for myself just to make sure I'm staying motivated in the midst of not working and quarantining. I'm about to finish my walk, and I just want to thank you for watching. What's the things that YouTubers say? Please subscribe, like, comment, share.